Hey guys, Compulsion84 here. Today I'm going to show you how scavenging stations, water, and food are built up and stored at settlements. So in Fallout 4, settlements are really kind of poorly defined. There's almost no tutorials. You have to do a lot of Google searches and, game FAQs, Reddit, whatever to figure it out. So what I'm going to do is just kind of show you how all this works. I've done a little bit of informal testing, but what I'm going to do now, kind of prove that some of these things worked. So what my test is going to be is on this boathouse settlement that I haven't really developed very much at all, and you can see it's not tied to a supply line. And that's really important because once you tie something to a supply line, they share resources between settlements. The scavenging stations are really unclear as far as how the game explains them to you, and if you can even tell they have an effect whatsoever. So it says extra scavenging production, and if you look it up, they'll say you'll get some resources like screws and things like that. Water is pretty self-explanatory, and I got some crops over here. So what I'm going to do, I've got this generator off. Go ahead and kick that on. So just to show you, my workshop has one .38 caliber round, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is now that I'll just show you the settlement screen, I've got a few settlers, I've got 3 scavenging stations, a little bit of food coming in, some water, and then some power. The power doesn't do anything. So what this is going to do is, because this is an isolated settlement, is that this workshop will fill up with the excess water, excess food, and then whatever they get from the scavenging stations. And again, it's really hard to see this because the game gives you it gives you no status updates whatsoever, no feedback, no reports, no nothing. It just magically shows up. It didn't seem like a lot of these things were doing anything, and it turns out a lot of people's sanctuary settlements, at least on PC, are glitched, so it wasn't really producing resources. So I figure I'll kind of quantify, make sure this works, and show people. So what I'm going to do is have some time pass. So it's 5/1/10/20. So I'm just going to fast travel away really far to have some time pass. Alright, I burned about 8 more hours, so let's see if anything happened in about 16 hours. So nothing so far. Alright, so these deadbeats are going to bed. Alright, back to the boathouse. Now this will be about a day and a half of time passed. Let me try sleeping and see if that does anything. So nothing's happened in a day and a half. I wonder if that's not enough time or it's because I'm actually hanging out at the settlement. So what I'll do is I'll jump back to Sanctuary and sleep there so I've got some time away from the active settlement and see if anything happens. Alright, hopefully these guys did something. Hey, some stuff happened. Holy crap. Alright, so it has been... So I started this at about on 5/1, I want to say 8 or 10 a.m. And I've now got concrete, 3 gourds, a piece of plastic, and 58 purified water. So this is something that people realize was kind of a flaw in the game. You can make infinite purified water and sell it for a great profit. I kind of think that's cheating. There's a lot of things you can break and game in this mechanic-wise, so I try not to do that. Let's see, I've got 5 people, 83 water, so I'm producing a lot of excess water. In a couple of days I got 58, so that's not even with that much. I've only got 2 of the big generators. If you wanted, you could put a lot more. Same thing if you did on the beach. So there's no reason you should ever run out of purified water. I'm not getting as much scavenging supplies as I really wanted or expected. I'm often short on a few things, and if I could generate this and not have to pick up all the junk I find in the world, that would be nice. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to increase the size of my operation. So to speed things up, I moved a few more people to the settlement and added some scavenging stations. So I'm going to assign them to that and have some more time pass and show you what happens.
Got it.
Alright, I've got 6 scavenging stations. I invested in a lot more mute fruits, which give 1 full food unit versus half like a lot of other things, and I've got 10 settlers buzzing around. So now I should get a lot more resources. So I'll just do one quick check. Now let's spit out a couple more things, like some pelvic bones, which everybody needs. And it's 5/4 at 4 p.m. Let's do a little bit of fast traveling and see what comes back. And let's just see what came up in the workshop now. I should have some food and some other stuff too. Okay, so I've got some corn, gourds, mute fruit, some more water, but still not a ton. They're actually giving me some reasonable resources now. I got a couple springs, some steel, and some wood. So I guess this little experiment slash showcase was a success. If you have excess resources add a settlement, and again, this one is completely isolated from the outside world. It will produce resources. Oh, damn it. Scavenging station will make miscellaneous, junk, which can be really helpful if you do a lot of crafting or modding like me, especially now that I'm kind of getting back into settlements again. So I want to be able to do a lot of armor and weapons mods, and I'm tired of looting junk from the entire freaking wasteland. So I'm going to set up, for lack of a better word, some sweatshops and a couple settlements I don't really use with like 15 or 20 scavenging stations, connect them to a supply line and have the supplies just roll in. So the nice thing is with supply lines, you can share excess food and water between your settlements. And if you just need, extra junk and you've got a couple of people, assign them to a scavenging station and you'll get some crafting stuff. A lot of the mechanics in this game are almost not explained at all. They're really poorly explained. So I hope this helped, enable you to hoard more junk and not have to spend more time on it. So again, I'm Compulsion84. I make gun, gaming, and gadget related videos. Take a look at some of those over here. And as always, thanks for watching.